Hello, everyone. My name is Melina Dixon. Welcome to our, I'm going to spotlight myself. Yes, welcome to our first ever Hustle and Huddle with MDHL, and we'll explain that in just a second. Actually, I'll explain it now. That's a crazy acronym that I think, did I make it up? I can't remember.
You did.
I'm forever like thinking of weird things. And so I believe it was born in the Dominican Republic when myself and my three business besties were on an incentive trip together. And I was like the linchpin. So we all know each other because I met all of these ladies. And so it's really cool. So we're business besties. We have a group chat. We got to see each other's faces in Branson, and that was amazing. But yeah, we are like, we're a squad, #squad. So quickly, I'll introduce myself and then I'm going to pass it on to the D in MDHL. But my name is Melina Dixon. I joined Pink Zebra December 2012. So I am the oldest zebra on this block. And outside of Pink Zebra, I'm an executive assistant for a large bank in Charlotte, North Carolina, except I'm working out of my dining room. I'm a wife. Jason and I celebrate our 17th wedding anniversary next Saturday. Makes me feel really old. And then we have a 2-year-old pit bull. She's our fur baby, and her name's Ava. And back in Pink Zebra, I'm an executive manager, which still feels really weird to say. And I struggle like sharing like my accomplishments because I don't like to toot my own horn, but I will. I'll toot for just a second. I'm a 5-time incentive trip earner, a 3-time Paisley Award winner, and back when star consistency was a thing, I think I got 5 of those too. I do. Yep, 5 of those too. So yeah, super exciting stuff, and I'm very proud of all those accomplishments. And now I am going to pass it over to Danielle Malik.
We're twins, like it's twinning on my screen.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. My name is Danielle. I am an executive manager with Pink Zebra. Next week on the 25th, I will be celebrating my 8 years with Pink Zebra. So super excited there. My non-Pink Zebra life, I do have a full-time job outside of Pink Zebra. I have a 6-year-old daughter who is very active in hockey. She actually is on 2 hockey teams. And then she's the love of my life. I do have a husband who's also my love of my life, but not as much as her. And then I am expecting my second child here. Her eviction date is on October 4th. So let's just keep our fingers crossed she stays in there till then. So we'll have 2 little girls running the muck in this house. So pray for me because I'm not looking forward to teenage years. With Pink Zebra wise, I have, like I said, I am an executive manager. I have earned 4 incentive trips. I've only been on 1 just because of friggin' life, right? They didn't let me travel, this year to Aruba because I was, pregnant. No, I don't know. That's something. But anyways, I also have earned 2 pink sapphires, and this year I earned white sapphire. For those of you who don't know, that is $40,000 in sales at least in a year, plus having 12 qualified sponsors. So I'm really excited about that. And yeah, that's about it with me.
All right. Well, now let's meet H, as in Heather Costi. I'm so good at this spotlight thing. We're going to do this every time.
Hi. I'm all froze over here.
Oh, no.
Oh, there I am. Okay, I froze up for a second. I was worried. Oh, it says unstable internet. Am I still there?
You're still here.
We see you.
All right, well, you let me know if you can't see me. My name is Heather Costi. I've been with Pink Zebra since 2014, September of 2014, and I wish I would have started earlier. And I know that sounds corny and stupid, but I really wish I would have, because, I mean, we just, I don't know, we've learned so much, and we've just become such great people, learn so much about ourselves and each other. I guess personally, I am a mom of 3, middle schooler, 2 elementary school kids, 2 boys, 1 girl, wife, military spouse for a very long time. I don't have my ducks in a row on a daily basis. I unfortunately am in transition from being stay-at-home mom to working outside of the house and working Pink Zebra more than like almost full time, I guess. With Pink Zebra, I have gone on 2 incentive trips. I have achieved, I guess, I don't know, not every goal that I've reached for, but company wise, I guess I've been on like top 100 quite a bit. My first like real like sales goal was for the Star right back here. And that was last year. So that was really exciting for me. And then I pushed for Pink Sapphire, and you can see it back there too. So I got that this last year. And I'm a manager. I have been for a little bit, but that's okay. Because my next goal is senior manager. So that's me, you know.
Heather, I love you so much. You said something and I was going to comment, and then it fell out of my head, so it'll come back to me later and I'll say it. Oh, I was going to say one of my favorite memories from this past reunion was being on stage with you when you got your Pink Sapphire, and we decided that I decided that you needed a little more recognition and attention, and so we went to the end of the catwalk, and we are on like video, like there's proof, like that's going to be there forever and ever.
Yeah.
So yes, so I love that. All right, and last but not least, the L in. Not this L.
Not this
that
L.
This L in MDHL, Lori Sharkey.
Yeah. You notice that we saved the best for last in the
We
L.
really did. We really did.
No, I am Lori Sharkey. I am an executive manager with Pink Zebra, obviously. I am an executive manager for going on 5 years now, which is kind of, if you ask Sandy Parkey, and if you don't know who Sandy Parkey is, you should know who Sandy Parkey is. But if you ask her, that executive manager is a little sweet spot in our career plan. So it's not a bad thing that we've been sitting here for a little bit. But I am also a wife to my hubby, who now works from home alongside me. That's fun. And I'm also a mom to a soon-to-be next week 13-year-old little boy. I'm excited for teen years because he doesn't live with us. So that makes it a little bit easier to get through the teen years with him. Aside from Pink Zebra, I am a cookie lady. And I also do a couple of other little part-time gigs outside of the home as well. So I'm a busy bee, you would say. However, a little tip is, if you guys are all working from home or working a part-time job, having a couple little gigs on the side are a great way to meet new faces and share your Pink Zebra business. So that's one of the reasons why I keep myself busy through different things. So I am also a 2-time incentive trip earner and 2-time sales consistency earner. So toot there too. And I am currently working on reestablishing a little bit of business, as I've just moved from New Jersey to North Carolina 2 years ago, and it's still been quite a haul. So that's a little bit about me, and that completes our MDHL.
Oh.
Sure does. Let me see if yeah, okay, I removed the spotlight. I did it right, I think. Yeah, I told Lori she had to move here because I just couldn't do it by myself. So she was like, okay, Melina, I'll just move there, no big deal. Okay, so now I'm gonna pass it back over to Heather, and she is going to help us kick off our topic tonight, which is Green by 15, and she's gonna tell you a little bit more about what that is.
Yeah, I'm the intro lady.
Yay.
All right, take it away, sister.
All right. So what is Green by 15? I mean, it sounds pretty simple. Do you know? Do you know, folks watching? So pretty much it's having your sales goals met by mid-month. It's just that simple. And we're going to talk a little bit about how that can be different for everybody, what goal they're meeting. Usually in our trainings and when we're doing things with our team, when we say green by 15, it means to be bonus qualified, pretty much, that your personal sales need to be 460 in sales volume every month, because that's the minimum requirement. So you don't want to wait till the end of the month to get that, because, you know, one, it's not as much commission. Two, why would you want to do that? And if you can get it done by the 15th, I mean, that's that sweet spot in your month, is if you are at that goal, everything else is just, you know, extra. So what I was talking about, why is it different for other people? Well, for example, let's say you're a new consultant, or you don't have a team yet. And I say yet because you can't be afraid of that. It's one of the best quick starts to help you get started. It's worth it. If you have an upline, if you don't, you can reach out to any of us. You can sit with us.
So they all have an outline where they're one of us or they're upline.
Well, yeah. I mean, but I'm saying, you know, like, you know, anybody that happens to watch this can just understand that, you know, it's totally cool. We have never told anybody that they can't come to us for help. I mean, we can't work your business for you, but we're there. So for example, so if you're either a new consultant or you don't have a team yet, your goal would be different. Let's say you might want to just hit your $200 in sales volume, so that you are on the corporate website, so that you show up on their website. So that's kind of the requirement. That's how they know that you're an active consultant. In order to show up in your area when a customer goes to look for you, you have to have that the previous month, so that you show up the following month on the company locator when somebody's looking for a Pink Zebra consultant. So if that's your goal, that's wonderful. And if you can meet that by mid-month, that's, you know, what we want to do to help you. So that way the rest of it is just extra profit for you. And, you know, you don't have to worry about being stressed out at the end of the month. For example, if you are a new consultant and you're still in your first 90 days, this is where your goal might be a little bit different. It might be a little bit higher. You might not be looking to just do that $200. You might be looking to do your first quick start, like your first sales quick start. And that one is 575 in sales volume, which is totally doable as well. You know, you do have to plan it out and stuff like that. And if you can get that done by mid-month, I mean, you're a rock star. First of all, let's just talk about that. If you can get your quick start done mid-month, you're pretty awesome, and you're going to go pretty high up with us. So, I mean, that's pretty much what being green by 15 is. So,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'm really excited because I was green by 15 this month.
Yeah.
I was, I'll be honest, I wasn't paying enough attention. And then I looked and I was like, oh, I did it. So I was like, okay, I can not breathe. I still have work to do, but it was really exciting. Okay, Danielle, what you want to talk to us about?
So why it's like important to want to be there. And honestly, it's so everyone has their own goals, like as Heather said. So my actual goal is, I will tell you, is to be green bonus qualified by the 5th. That is my personal goal every single month. I'm a little eccentric and crazy. So it works for me, but my goal is to do it that way, just because I really do want, I want to have that comfortability level, that I have my minimum that I need to do. I will say in the last 5-6 years, I've never had that worry at the end of the month that, oh my goodness, I don't have money to be paid on my downline. So that's the biggest thing. If you do have someone under you, one person, 2 people, 200 people, whatever it is, if you have your bonus qualified, so you're 460 in, you will get that paid on your team based off of your career title. Yeah. Or based off your paid ask title. So if you're an executive consultant, manager, senior manager, we all have like different levels that we get paid on based on that. But if you have that in, you already have that one step covered in your life. And that is a huge relief. Like it takes so much off of your chest, especially if you are having a bad month. For instance, I'm having a baby on the 4th, right? Like the 4th, like probably the 1st through like the 10th, myself personally, I'm not doing anything. I actually blocked myself off of doing parties from the 15th of September, just in case she comes early, through the 15th of October, right? But I still have personal plans in place for that 1st to at least help me get there, because I want to make sure I have that comfortability level that towards the end of the month, I'm not scrambling and trying to find parties or sales, because trust me, I had my first Facebook party for this new catalog. It's an amazing new catalog that you're like, whoa, this is amazing. It got a goose egg. It had a goose egg. That means not a single person even shopped. Okay. And I host coach my hostess like crazy. They just can choose not to participate and do whatever they want to do. Right. And that's kind of what she came down to. But anyways, I digress. I still had my $400 in by the 5th or by 15th, whatever your goal is, and now I feel more comfortable. So yeah, I had a crappy party, but I'm already at my different sales goals levels that I have. I'm at my different sales goals because I set myself up for success earlier in the month. So that is something that's really huge to do, because there's not the 19th going, oh shoot, I don't have any more parties left this month, or how am I going to get orders this month? Or I don't know what I'm going to do. I literally only at $120. I need $460. What am I going to do? So that is why it's extremely important to kind of work yourself to set yourself up for that success and goals earlier in the month. So that way you can kind of relax at the end of the month. I hope that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense. Like, I think that month end should really be a celebration, and not stressful. And, I know there have been months in the past for me. It's been a while, but there have been months where I'm like, okay, who can I check in with for an order? Because I haven't hit my, bonus qualification yet to earn commission on my team. Okay, so now we're going to segue over to some tips to help you guys be green by 15. And we've been like rattling them off in our group chat today. So Lori, I know you have something you want to share, and we want to hear from you. So I'm going to pass it over to you, and then y'all, let's just chat. We don't have to be formal, but I'll spotlight people as they talk, because that's fun for me. So I'm going to spotlight Lori.
Yay. I'm going to piggyback a little bit on what Danielle said for a second, just talking about goals and why it's important to hit that green by 15 and front loading your month. One of the things that always sticks out to me is that Pink Zebra offers us a top seller ribbon for our website. When you do, is it 1,000?
1,000.
Yes.
Is it still 1,000 with the prices? Okay. $1,000 on your website. You get a top seller ribbon next to your name. And if you wanted to be on track for Pink Sapphire, that 1140 goal per month, being green by 15, or having half of that goal met by half of the month, it really lets you break it down into simple steps each week for, say $460 per week or per half of the month to get to that $1,000 or to get to that 1140, to really cross off those goals of both Pink Sapphire and that top seller website. What's that?
It's now 1420.
1420. I don't know why 1140 was in my head.
That's something.
I'm neurotic about like all these sales numbers.
those two goals for Pink Sapphire and your top seller ribbon, those are both really, really important things. And they're just a really good benchmark to keep track of for your year. So if you're focusing on the first half of your month of hitting at least halfway to those goals, then you have the rest of the month too to relax a little bit, but also focus on finishing those goals strongly. So I just wanted to piggyback onto that. If you're focusing on company goals, that's another reason why it's important. We did talk about a couple in our little group message. We did talk about a couple of tips to reach that green by 15, because some people might be like, well, how am I supposed to do this? I know, Melina, you're going to cover customer service and follow-up. So if you want, I can jump on the other two ideas that were thrown out there with the Paisley's Pick Scent Club and front loading your month with parties and sales and things like that. And
those are amazing to help you in the beginning.
Yes, Paisley's Pick Scent Club, I think, is one of the biggest tools that's underutilized right now. And there's tons of information, both in Consultant Corner and through different uplines, just networking with different zebras throughout the company. Everybody has their own ideas, but basically what it is, it's kind of like Scent Flirt in a sense, but you're doing it yourself. You're offering your customers the Paisley's Pick scent in either sprinkles or soaks or both. In a direct ship kind of an auto ship, basically. You're offering your customers a set price to give them the Paisley's Pick each month. I think that that is such a great idea. I know that people have had major success with it. I personally have had some success with it. We're going to focus on consistency, I'm sure, but that's one of the things that definitely helps that, is staying consistent and coming up with a schedule and a routine with that. Say, invoicing your customers on the 1st, making sure they're paid by the 5th, and ordering your Paisley's Picks to be shipped out. You can add fun little things to those packages. Some people do candy. Some people do like dollar store items to make them fun and themed each week, each month. Trying to think what I did in mine. I don't remember what I did the last time I did mine.
Even just a note. I mean, like
even just a note, and something really simple, a cute sticker on the package, and call it a day. It doesn't have to be anything super fancy, but just something to keep those orders coming back each month. Give your customers a price for a ship or for a pickup price, and keep those orders coming in so that you're ordering them on the 1st or 2nd of the month to really hit that goal.
I want to add something real quick to that.
Yep.
So you want to make it so enticing for others to want to come into you. So like literally this month, my Paisley Pick, I call them Club Pink CPVIPers, Club Pink VIP. They got their catalog over a week early with all their samples. Nice. And like all the extra samples. And people were like, oh my goodness. Like they were like, wait, I didn't get my catalog yet. I'm like, oh yeah, I had to make sure all the Club Pink people got their catalog before I shipped them out. In reality, I was waiting for my more catalogs to come, but I made it sound really enticing to people. They're like, oh, and then, or also like if I do a sale, like if I do a stock sale on my own side, they get first dibs. They get like 24 hours of first dibs on sales. And there's some people who are like, oh, I wish you would have had this. I'm like, oh, I did, but my Club Pinkers snatched it up.
I want to be part of your Club Pink. It's so great.
Yeah, I've gotten people that way. It's like almost like that FOMO, like they're gonna miss out on something extra that I offer. Or there's been times like during catalog changes, I offer them a discount, like, hey, we're getting ready for a catalog change. Or they always, my Scent Flirt people always are in a it's like a mystery host party, right? I put in the orders. Typically it's about 2 months worth. And then it's one random person gets the host rewards, and people would like want to jump in on that. So just some extra ideas to do with that, because it gives them that FOMO. Other people get that FOMO. So just
that's a great idea. And that just made me think too. One of the things that I've done before is offered like for the Scent Club people is catalog cash. You know how everybody loves Kohl's Cash, right? So in their say June Paisley's Pick Scent Club, they get a coupon for $5 new catalog cash or $10 new catalog cash. So when we do launch that new catalog, they're the first to get the discount on something fun and exciting and see the catalog and all that. So there's so many different ways to use that kind of club to your advantage to really hit that goal right away. The other thing that we talked about, Danielle's probably going to jump in on this one too, is front loading your calendar. What's that?
Sorry, I jump in a lot.
That's okay. I said you're probably going to jump in on this one too regarding front loading your calendar. I know that some people are always like, why? How do I even find bookings? whichever way you find to party, whether it's in home, at events, or online, or through text messages, mystery hosts, whatever it is, you really want to try to get those parties in the beginning of your month. Because what's going to happen? Somebody's going to cancel, right? So you don't want to have all your parties lined up for the 25th of the month and 3 out of your 5 cancel, because then what? Then you're in panic mode. So if you really try to talk to your hosts and do the proper hostess coaching, to say, we're going to have your party starting on the 5th, if it's an online party, or we're going to have your party in home on the 4th, because that's the day, that's a bonus day, or whatever it is that you choose to do. Really get those parties booked, held, and settled in the first 2 weeks of the month. So this way you can breathe after the 15th. And if they cancel, because life happens and we all know that, if they do cancel, you still have a couple weeks left in the month to either throw your own party, throw an open house, invite new customers, or do some more follow-up on your end to hit that goal maybe a little bit later than anticipated, but still hit it. So front loading the calendar is super important. And Danielle had another good idea regarding that at the end of the month. So do you want to jump on and
actually,
talk about
before
that?
she starts, is it cool if I was just going to kind of segue you for something else real quick? Because I'm going to have to jump off the call.
You're fine.
Unfortunately, because it's my littlest 6th birthday. And
Not
we're gonna cut a cake for
unfortunately.
him. So
Guess what, girl?
no, you know what I mean.
You
Like,
are
I
your
want to
own
spend like so
boss.
much time with you, but yeah, so I wanted to be able to finish this with you guys, but I wanted to just go ahead and one of those tips and tricks kind of thing so that everybody can get that information, and so I can watch it afterwards and get all of your fabulous ideas. I wanted to ask you guys, when it came to the whole front loading thing, can you talk a little bit about how you entice people to get not the Paisley's pick, because I really want to get people in the scent floor more than I have. And I would really like to know what your guys' tips and tricks are, or what you're planning to do when it comes to that, because I think that is something that's not as well used by consultants to really get that front, like to get your green by 15. I mean, just that alone, if you can, get a bunch of those guys, you're like good to go, and everything else is like, your amazing profit and points for your incentive trip and all that kind of stuff. So I will gracefully bow out. If you guys could please let me know how you do those things, I would really appreciate it. And I'm sure everybody else on the call would too.
Love you, friend.
Yay.
All right. Thank you guys. I love you
We
so much.
expect
I'll talk to you
Love
soon.
you.
Happy
Okay.
birthday.
I will let him know. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. So that is a really good question. And
Yes.
I don't have as many Simpler subscribers as I wish I had. But I think the simplest answer is just to keep sharing it. So when you get your scent flirt, and you know that all your scent flirt customers have already received theirs, unbox it in your group. It's definitely something that, I and you guys tell me your thoughts on this. I don't talk about it a lot at parties because I know that it doesn't count towards the party sales. So that's been a struggle for me, because obviously, those people would probably be really excited to sign up for it, but I don't want to do something that would potentially hurt my hostess. I want them to get the most rewards, but I'm curious to hear y'all's take and anything that y'all do.
So, oh God.
Okay. Before I forget my thought. So I think that it's actually a really good part of what you're going to cover on customer follow-up. Something that I've been trying to get really good at is in my customer follow-up, making sure that I'm mentioning it, because if somebody's ordered now 2-3 months in a row, it's a really good way to just segue into, you've ordered a couple times and it seems like you're loving everything. We have this awesome new Scent Flirt program, even though it's not super new, but they may not heard of it. They might not seen you post about it or talk about it. So in that customer follow-up saying, you've really ordered this many times, let's get you something every month, one flat price. You can expect it. It's a nice, fun surprise box. Are you interested? Something that simple. That's what I'm trying to get better at. And I hope Danielle's got something to add to that.
That's such a good idea. You already gave me an idea. So thank you.
So I will say kind of similar. So I mean, obviously going live is huge, right? And I have only 5 though. So let's just be real. I'm not the besides myself, I'm not the plethora of these or whatever. But I do make sure I share it. I make a fun TikTok video. I make a fun, I post it on my, my YouTube. I'm trying to share it in all different avenues, which is huge. Like, you want to touch different places as much as you possibly can. But one thing I have been starting to do is not necessarily, I should start doing it all the time, but I haven't got there yet. So I'm just letting you know. When I do notice, like how you said about the customers, when I notice that are kind of ordered 3 or 4 times, I've been putting the scent flirt flyer in their thank you card. So just like a touch, like a helpful hint about it. Nothing major, but that's something I do as well. And it seems to be, and no one's like said, oh my God, I can't believe you're putting this in there, you're tacky or whatever. But like, I think it's definitely helpful. But I wish I could get more Simpler subscribers, because I get people who are like, oh my gosh, I love everything that's in the box. But it's like the next step to get there. It's not happening.
Getting people to pull the trigger sometimes, which pull the trigger is a horrible phrase, let me just say. And I won't say bite the bullet either, because that's just as bad. Pull the lever, getting them to pull the lever. Yeah, that is difficult. You just said something. Oh, so what you're saying is it'd be really awesome if we could get a lot more of those flyers, those scent flare flyers, like maybe a
better looking one than the old one that we have,
or maybe a generic one that can be used
Yeah.
every month. Okay. All right. Well, I will start
Or even a postcard.
Ooh,
I love
postcard.
postcards.
I got my
Yeah.
postcards. I'll throw it in my it's something that needs to be the postcards that are in the back office under Vista Print suck. Sorry. But
Well, I don't think anyone from home office is watching this video, so
well, they're coming back on the replay. Listen.
Our official message.
I could go on and on. No, it's Vista Print's fault. I keep going, it's Vista Print's fault. It's not necessarily Pink Zebra's fault. They don't realize how bad they are. That's why I say my mind. But no, honestly, if it wasn't for Canva and creating my own stuff, it's amazing. And the fact that I now discovered the Canva prints and ships to you, and it's like a week turnaround time, and the quality is amazing. I am like, I love it.
Yeah.
If you have like Ebates or whatever it's called now, starts with an R, I don't know how to say it, you get 7.5% cash back on it too. So just throwing it out there. Like,
well, thank you, because I do need to print some
Rakuten.
stuff. Rakuten, that's what it is. I do need to print some stuff. I think I'm gonna go design and print some things tonight.
Yeah, it's so much worth it. It's so worth it.
Is there anything else we want? Oh, go ahead, Lori.
Can I just speaking of printing and all of that, Danielle and Melina, and I know many others, are so good at creating stuff in Canva and for yourself and all of that, and that's wonderful. I, however, am not the guru, and I have a little bit of OCD, and I like everything to match, and I like it all to be the same, and I don't like to have to think about it. So I actually hired a graphic designer. You can all find them for an affordable rate. If you do some research, sometimes college kids that are in graphic design really, really want to do the work to get their portfolio going. So that other option for all of us as well is to just delegate it to somebody else, save yourself some sanity, and go that route. So
it does drive me crazy that my business cards don't match my thank you cards.
Yes. So I am one of those
And
that
I
it
don't
all
care.
my goodies all match each other because I'm just crazy, but it's an affordable thing for me to not have to think about it. So instead of spending the hours there, I'd rather make a customer call and have the graphic designer do that.
Absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to go back then to the question about backloading your month, right?
Mhm.
So my suggestion go to everybody, except for unless you're planning on having a baby like 3 days beforehand, try to have, a party set up for the last or the second to last day of the month. The reason I tell you this is because either one, if you're like almost to that next goal, like I really wanted to hit $1,000 this month and I'm at $950, whatever it is, then set that next goal that you have that party at the end of the month on the second to last day or the last day, depending on the party. You might be able to get some sales in to go for that. Especially if your host doesn't care about the VIP box. I'm just putting that out there. Like they like both cents, they don't care which one they would get. Or if I'm like, I'm good. I mean, I can always have more sales, right? I'm totally fine. Just keep my number going up there. However, I'm not sure if I could ever do $10,000 in sales in a month. I think I might throw up. Just putting that out there. If I did, you guys might not see me for a while because I might be dead and someone's going to rejuvenate me. I don't know how people do it. I'm just saying, like $6,000 in a month was enough for me. But anyways, if you want to, and you're like, I really like, I'm looking at my calendar and it's October 29th, because I'm not going to have anything like the 30th and 31st because of Halloween. I'm obsessed. And I'm looking at my calendar and I'm going, I got like 0 on my calendar for November, right? Like I don't have it that much. I'm going to hold those orders over until the 1st. And then I'm going to put those orders in and I'm going to close that party because boom, I already got some sales in on the 1st. So that's like actually really helpful. And I've done that several times where my month is not loaded as much as I wanted it to be, but I enjoyed, I felt comfortable where I was at for that current month that I held it over. So I always try my best to have a party within the last like 2 to 3 days of the month.
I love it. Okay. Am I bringing us home?
You're bringing us home.
Okay. I have 2 things to say before I very quickly talk about customer service and customer follow-up in terms of being green by 15. Number 1, Tom said something at reunion that I can't stop thinking about, and that growth requires innovation and routine. And so Lori said earlier, consistency, building a routine, building habits. We talked a little bit about habits in our reunion workshop. So if you haven't caught that, quick plug for that. That's going to help you build consistency. And the whole innovation part is thinking outside the box. Pink Zebra does not have a Paisley's Pick club, so to speak. They don't have guidelines for us on the best way to do it. We figure it out ourselves. Last year, when the pandemic started, that's the first time I ever saw a punch cup or a punch carton. And now that's what people are building their businesses on. People are doing live selling. We have the ability to do live selling through Facebook. And so I would just encourage you, we're a party plan business at heart, and I am old school in that sense that I love a good party, but I'm not afraid to step outside my comfort zone, try something new. During the fall, I try to incorporate vendor events just because people want to get out. They want to get in that fall fun mood. And so, just don't be afraid to do that. But you don't have to work your business like any of us do, but we all challenge you to think outside the box and try some new things, because that new thing you try could be the reason that you're getting a pink, white, or blue sapphire next year, or that new thing you try could be the reason you're on the incentive trip with us next year, except Danielle will have a little baby, so she might not get to come, right?
I'm not coming this year. I'm earning it.
She's earning it, but she's not coming. And that new thing that you try might be the reason that you're in Reno with us getting your jewelry for your next 1 or even 2 promotions. You guys can double promote this year. Don't sell yourself short. Don't think that your wildest dreams aren't possible, because they are.
The baby will be there. So, if that's enough incentive for you guys to come to Reno.
You're going to bring a baby to the bar?
Wait a minute.
Baby to the bar.
I'm just giving everybody fair warning, though, that the baby will be there, but in my arms.
Yeah.
Baby Lori will be with Lori all the time. Party friend.
The next thing that I want to say, and then I promise I will get to that last topic. If you are in a place where you don't like what's on your calendar for September yet, I'm going to invite you. I feel like I am an ambassador. I'm able to invite people to this. Amanda Todd with You.This is having a free booking blitz next Tuesday, August 24th at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'll make sure that all the leaders have the link so that you guys can, you know, you can register and come hang out with us in her group. You dot this with Amanda Todd. There's prizes, and that'll push you out of your comfort zone a little bit. Asking for bookings, I hate it. That's the one thing I probably hate the most about direct sales, is getting myself into a position where I have to ask for bookings. When you're working consistently, the goal is that you never run out of bookings. Like that's the beautiful utopian world that we don't live in. But it's nice when that happens, but you're gonna run into situations where you know, like Lori said, a host cancels or needs to reschedule. And so it's good to know effective ways to ask for bookings in the event that you have to ask for them. Okay, and then 4 minutes or less, I'm challenging myself. Let's talk quickly about customer service and customer follow-up. And so even if you're not doing a Paisley's Pick Club, but you're a part of Club Pink, that is your open invitation to follow up with your customers on an almost monthly basis. Maybe you're not sending every customer the sample every single month, but that is a really easy way to connect with those customers. And I would encourage you, whether you're doing that club or not, get your samples out, your clubbing samples out with enough time that you can follow up with those customers before the end of the month, so that on the first of the month, you're ready to go ahead and put some orders in. And part of providing good customer service is that you check with that customer to see if there's anything else they need. So it's okay, following up with Susie and saying, Susie, I want to know what you think of that sample of frozen waters that you got. And Susie's like, oh my gosh, I love it. It's so fresh. I can smell the ice and I love it. Now tell me how I can get it again. And you're like, oh, it's available September 1st. You can get it in jars of sprinkles or bottles of soaks. Here's the price, yada, yada, yada. And she's like, oh, I think I want one of each. And then you say, well, is there anything else that you're running low on? Or are there other scents that you wanted to try? And then I think everyone who's watching this is a US consultant, so I'll speak quickly in US numbers that I know, but you know, you can take a $20 order and upsell it to $60, or a $22 order. I don't know what the Paisley's Pick Bundle is anymore. Whatever it is, you can upsell it to $60. It's totally possible, and it's just asking your customers what else they need. So now in terms of customer follow-up, just your regular follow-up with customers. I feel like I've talked about this, like I've beat a dead horse on follow-up. So if you've heard all this, I apologize, but you're going to hear it again. I just encourage you to have a follow-up system, like a way that you can track customer orders. Some people are all about the paper. Some are all about being digital. Are you paper, Danielle?
I'm paper.
You're Lori?
Paper.
Paper. Okay. I'm not paper. I have a little spreadsheet thing, a Google sheet that I use that I love, and it's changed my life. And you have to do whatever works best for you. So there's no shame if you're into doing it on paper or doing it digitally, but you have to have some type of place to collect all those customers. Don't rely on back office, because navigating customer orders in back office, that can be tricky. Our customer orders report is not a follow-up system. So I encourage you to have a place outside of back office where you're listing all your customers. It's a good idea to go ahead and have their address handy at a glance. That way you don't have to look it up every time. That's time you don't have to spend. And make sure that you're following up with a formula that works for you. So some people do 2 + 2 + 2 when a customer orders. So 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. That 2 day is really just like a thank you, and get a thank you card in the mail. You don't have to send, I'm going to tell you, you don't have to send a thank you card for every single order that customer places, but at least for the first time for sure. And then maybe randomly here or there. Or maybe you have a postcard that's, maybe you're not sending a sample with every order. You guys, it's your prerogative, it's your business, you're the boss. But that's what that 2 day is. That 2 week is, they've got their order. Have they had a chance to open it? Check everything out. And then that 2 month should be the, hey, are you running low on anything? And then there's 1 + 1 + 3 that I don't personally it doesn't work for me, but that's 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, same kind of concept. But honestly, like I said before, Paisley's Pick allows you to follow up with your customers on a monthly basis. You do not need to follow up with your customer every month to ask for an order. You can just touch base with them, see how life is going. If you're Facebook friends, just go peek at their page and see what's going on in their life. I try to stay up to date on like what's going on with people, because the last thing I want to do is message someone to say, hey, I want to see if you're running low on sprinkles when their mom is in the hospital fighting for her life. And I have a customer who's dealing with that right now. So now's not the time for me to tell her about the new fall catalog. And so I just think it's really important that people pay attention to that kind of stuff, because it's just important that people know that you care and that they're not just a number to you. So I think that's all I really wanted to say about customer service and customer follow-up. Obviously, do it. And if you feel like the 1st through the 15th needs to be the time that you really focus hardcore on like customers that need to be followed up with, go ahead and do that. And then one other thing that we didn't talk about that I think really is like, as you start to grow a team and move into leadership, the 1st through the 15th is all about your personal business. And so that is why we intentionally chose the 3rd Thursday of the month to do this training. So our plan is every month on the 3rd Thursday. You might not see all 4 of us each time. We all have lives, and I was very clear with the rest, the DHL. I was clear with them that like this isn't going to be something that's stressful for anybody. So if you can't do it because something's going on, no big deal. Like Danielle, you don't have to come after you've given birth. You can relax, unless you just want to come and show us the baby.
That's
And
like the 3rd week. I listen, I already have I have friends planned. She's coming on the 4th. I have them planned for the 7th. And I have a goal. I have a goal on like the weekend before just to have them already prepped. So like all I need to do is like have her right carrier and do punch cards.
You are a crazy woman.
She is. And Jason was telling me just a couple days ago, he's like, Danielle has more energy than anyone I know. And it's the truth. Like, we want whatever you're smoking or drinking.
Have you met my daughter, my firstborn? Because
I have.
I needed to keep up with her.
Yeah, that's true. So those of you watching, whether you have, a team yet or not, we're giving you permission to make the 1st through the 15th sacred time for you and your personal business. And that doesn't mean that you ignore people's messages. You don't, but your focus really has to be what you need to do to hit your sales goal. Because as much as it's a team effort when people are promoting, it is a you effort in your promotions. And it is a you effort in earning an incentive trip and hitting pink, white, or blue sapphire. And so you've got permission to focus on your business before you get into, coaching calls with your team or big trainings. I mean, this isn't a big training, but trainings like this that are coordinated and we put some thought into this in our little group chat. It's been hopping in there. And so just keep that in mind as you do start to move up the rank, because you're going to get into a place where you're going to have a lot of people on your team and they're going to have questions for you. And again, you're not ignoring them, but there has to be some time for your personal business. And so on that, we will close. So thank you all. Oh, Lori has something to say.
I am going to just add one more little tidbit in there.
You're fine.
We've talked about all the things that Pink Zebra has to offer, customer service to offer, all of that. Melina just touched on the fact that it is your business. You are the one responsible for your business. And my little tidbit too is I keep this fun little thing on my desk when I'm focused on different things for the month. I am a magnet for sales volume. I am awesome at customer service. It's this little Post-it that has all these little things on it and whatever I'm working on that week. So the 1st to the 15th might be I'm a magnet for sales volume. Then I'm awesome at customer service, maybe at the end of the month to follow up. I'm a recruiting rock star if opportunity packets are my focus that week. Give yourself little reminders, post them in the bathroom, put them on your phone, put them in your computer, on your desk, everywhere that you look. get your mind right to know that you can do this. You are responsible for it. And don't take no for an answer. Just keep going and don't give up. So give yourself those reminders, get your mind in the right spot, and know that you are capable of anything that you put your mind to.
I want one of those. Sorry.
Yeah.
Staples.
Super cute.
All right. So I will be placing 2 orders tonight.
Yes.
All right. Well, do we have any?
On that note,
Yeah. Do we have any quick questions before we sign off? Because this went longer than we thought it would, but
yeah.
You can unmute yourself if you guys want to.
Yeah. And if you don't have any questions, that is totally okay. I just don't like dead air with the recording. So sorry. Okay. No one's unmuting. So I think that silence is all we need. That is our answer. If you do think of any questions, please feel free to reach out to your leader, your team leader, and we'll figure out if you want to get connected. My girls that are watching this, if you want to get connected with Danielle, actually Heather, Lori, and Danielle are all in our group, so just tag them if you have a question. But we can all get everybody connected. We can definitely make that happen. All right, thank you all so much for being here. Thanks for watching the replay viewers, and y'all have a fabulous night.